Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to an all-new video. Today, we are attempting to make Lewis Hamilton an 8-time Formula 1 World Champion inside F1 23, but that comes with a twist. A new short format race style, and I'm racing in cockpit camera. Will it go well? Will I crash? Will Bottle Job 212 strike again? Get yourself subscribed. Today we're racing at this venue on your screens, and let's get into qualifying.
Here we go then, qualifying day from Albert Park, Australia then. One of the most difficult tracks, I think, to get a lap hooked up inside the F1 game, but fingers crossed we can try and put on a show here today. Of course, probably on raw pace, one of Mercedes' better tracks of the 2023 season. Of course, easily one of the most dramatic races of the campaign. There is immediately you can see just how hard we're trying to push early on in qualifying. Qualifying has absolutely been my weak point so far this season, so I'd like to try and get the car inside the top 10 ready for race day Sunday. But yeah, points championship then. Sergio Perez leading the way early on in the campaign. 2 wins from 2 for the Mexican. But yeah, we're not having exactly the perfect start to the season. Performance-wise, yeah, we're still pretty much just behind Red Bull and locked into battle with Ferrari, McLaren and Aston Martin there. But as we make our way in towards the final sector, yeah, like I said, we want to try and start inside the top 10 here. Really do need a good qualifying performance though, because it feels like it's compromising the starts of our races out of the final turn. Not been a bad lap, but certainly not been a great one either. It's P8 on the grid here in Albert Park. And pole position of the year, but this time around it's a Ferrari front row lockout at the front of the field. Can they try and convert that into their first win of the season? Both Ferraris, followed by both Red Bulls, and our teammate George Russell lining up P5. Let's get into it. Australian Grand Prix time.
It's been a tough couple of years for this venue. We really missed Albert Park. It is a warm welcome back to the Australian Grand Prix. It's a relatively new look at Albert Park after its 2022 redevelopment. Turns 1, 3, 6 and 13 are all wider than they once were. We have thrown turns 9 and 10 into the bin. We do still have 3 DRS zones that will give our drivers that opportunity to overtake. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position. A very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Perez, Russell, Norris, Fernando Alonso, Lewis, Oscar Piastri, Stroll, Gasly, Ocon, Magnussen, Tsunoda, Hulkenberg, Albon, Bottas, Joe, Ricciardo and Logan Sargent. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Well, we have scored points in the opening 2 GPs of the season. Obviously, you know, we're in a Mercedes. We want to be trying to score as frequently as possible there. But I'm going to try and go over the alternate strategy today, mediums, and then over onto the softs for the second half of the race. We make good progress early on, so I'm hoping we can continue to do that, but then also have a little bit extra ready for the second half of the afternoon. But yeah, Aston Martin, McLaren in front, Aston Martin and McLaren behind. It's 5 red lights here in Albert Park. And it's going to be lights out, and away we go there. Looks like we might be one of the only cars to have gambled. This is all Sergio Perez not getting a good start. We'll have a look down the inside of Lando Norris. In towards the first corner. Oh, someone's turned in on me. That's Oscar Piastri in the second McLaren car. They're trying to get the nose in front. We're still 3 wide on the exit of the corner there, and somehow found an avenue down around the outside. We'll have a look down the inside of our fellow British driver as well. So really getting the elbows out on lap 1. Yellow flags out though, nothing we could do around the outside. I think that was just for all the concertina and up off the start then. But yeah, every start so far this season seems to have been a rather dramatic one. But that one, I think honestly the cockpit cam probably helped us in not realising just how much of a tight situation we were in off the start of the race. But Ferrari, dream start for them, bolting off into the distance. Looks like Max Verstappen has been able to follow them as World Championship leader Sergio Perez drops down to 6th Well, Charles Leclerc still leading the way at the end of lap 1, but it looks like Russell has moved past both Red Bulls then off the start of the GP. So George up into the podium places. We've got to try and stay with Lando early on. That's not going to do me any favours. There's a huge moment at the first couple of corners. Pierre Gasly in the Alpine now has worked his way up. We're going to have to hang him out to dry there. But yeah, that was a big moment, and probably not the last one I'll get. Oh, here we go. Some battling going on in front. I think that's Perez on... Is that George? Yeah, it must be George Russell just in front of him there. So Verstappen... no, it's Fernando Alonso, isn't it? Sorry, he was broken free. George and Max there a little bit further up the road. Lando Norris now having a look around the outside of Checo Perez. And Sergio goes from trying to attack the car in front to losing the place to the car behind there. Can we now get inside the DRS range of the pair of them? I was worried when we're going to be driving into no man's land early on in this GP as we chuck the car out onto the back straight. I think we've just about done it, but we're not going to be close enough to do anything. Sergio Perez, though, to the inside of Lando Norris as we make our way down the back straight. I'm worried I might just lose. No, there's no detection point, is there? It is just the one, so we will get the DRS down this second straight there as that curve is so scary. But yeah, we have got the DRS. This is really useful early on as it's given George and Max an opportunity to attack the cars in front. Lando Norris, bit of a lock-up, but no harm, no foul. Alonso now apparently with some mechanical issues, so he just got out of this little battle and looks like he immediately might get back involved with it then, as we need to try and go on the attack on Sergio Perez as we make our way down this back straight. I think he's going to be looking to try and get close to Lando Norris, however, to the outside of Sergio. Almost into the wall there, but he backs out early, and we will swoop through round the outside down at the very fast chicane now. And we are now up and into P7 then of the GP. That felt very much like a wall of death kind of move there, especially in cockpit cam. Here goes Lando to the inside of Fernando. Might get clean past him before turn 1. Oh, I think Fernando Alonso, yeah, just those kind of issues really slowing him down as round the outside. Oh no, we got an illegal overtake for it. I thought we might just have kept the wheels inside track limits. Back down the inside we'll go, though. Fernando Alonso will give you a car's width and never any more. But yeah, that Aston Martin is wounded, so we'll end up completing the move. Oh, yellow's out. Someone potentially behind me with some issues. Oh, there's been a roadblock. There has been a roadblock. There we go. Red flag.
Red flag. No overtaking, please. We'll see you in the pit lane.
That's a pretty easy red flag.
Officials aren't looking to push for a safety car right now. Just be careful.
Right, we'll take a look at what's happened there. So I believe then it was Esteban Ocon who span out as they make their way down in towards turn 3. You can see the Aston Martins and the Alpines duking out for best of the rest. Ocon trying to keep up, just drops the rear end there and actually reverses into the Haas car behind him and will continue to reverse across the road. What is Ocon looking to achieve here? 20 laps on a set of soft compound tyres is going to be so aggressive towards the end of the... 12 laps even on a set of the soft compound tyres is going to be really difficult, but we just cannot go hards. The mediums will be too quick here, so we've got to try and make moves quite quickly off of this restart then. Ready to go starting P6. 5 red lights. It's going to be lights out, and away we go there. Sainz from the lead has gone nowhere. Neither Ferrari has gone anywhere as George Russell, our teammate, to the lead of the GP on the run back down in towards turn 1. Verstappen tries to have a look around the outside of Charles Leclerc there. We just kind of have to sit back and watch the show unfold. But George Russell, Mercedes into the lead for the first time this season. We're going to get a tag from behind as Sergio Perez clearly had a bit of a good getaway as well there, but George has got to run. We've got to try and get to P2 and keep the other cars at bay there. This race has been absolutely flipped on its head as, yeah, Carlos Sainz there from the lead. Neither Ferrari seemed to get the pickup off the restart. Verstappen up, myself up. Lando Norris seems to have gone backwards, despite looking like initially he'd had quite a good getaway. But we saw the Ferraris bolt free at the start of the race. Will they have the pace? Charles Leclerc's not giving up on it, to the outside of Verstappen almost immediately. As we get down to the end of the back straight, will Verstappen give him the room? Yes, he will. Charles Leclerc clean around the outside of the Dutchman then and back into P2. So he's probably going to try and go in hot pursuit of my teammate there. A little bit of sliding at the final couple of corners. Of course, DRS now won't be enabled for another couple of laps, but we need to try and get past the Dutchman here, as he just puts the car half a length or half a width defensive. Really attacking the curbs through the first corner. These soft compound tyres have got an advantage. To the outside will go of the Dutchman. We're going to get a little bit boxed in behind Charlie boy. Oh, a big lock of the rears, and we have to back out. Charles again, though, is not going to give up on this. Back to the outside of Verstappen once more down the end of the back straight. Will the Red Bull driver be wiser to it? No, he has to give Charles the room around the outside. And Leclerc will again just take back the place there. Looks like Carlos Sainz has kind of recomposed himself and is all over my gearbox again. We need to try and get to the front of this group, although I'm worried, of course, that the DRS will mean even if we get to the front, we won't be able to break away.
Ahead is 3.5 seconds.
Watching Verstappen's AI, you never quite know what he's thinking. I know what he's thinking right now, though. He's thinking he wants to try and get back past Charles Leclerc once more as we make our way down the back straight. The AI, very, very hesitant to go for anything into the chicane. We've already proved today that I'm not so hesitant, but yeah, I want to try and get past them both in one go, ideally. Verstappen again to the outside of Charles. Has to lunge it a bit more to try and stay down the inside. Will we be able to go around the outside of the Ferrari as well? There's a little bit of wheel banging, a big snap oversteer on the exit, but we have finally muscled through and into P3 of the GP, and it looks like Russell, he's gone the same strategy as us then, so that explains how Russell got away so well at the start. But if we want to help our teammate out, we need to slow down Verstappen. Oh, we got yellows out again. Alfa Romeo, or is that for... Oh, no, it's an Alfa Romeo going slowly at the rear of the field. Hopefully they can park it up somewhere sensible. So, I mean, a safety car would be... Actually, it probably wouldn't be ideal for us, as we've just now lost the DRS to Verstappen. Russell is losing pace as well. This is not good. There's Bottas out of the GP. Oh, well, we've definitely lost touch to Verstappen with 5 laps to go. But Russell, the gap's not going up to him. Max Verstappen is going to be applying pressure to my teammate towards the end of this race. We've got next to nothing in the way of battery either. So I feel we're going to be under pressure from Charles Leclerc. Driving like that is not going to make it any easier. And a bit of a moment in the gravel as here comes Charles down the inside. We'll try and make sure that we've got the DRS. I've got no idea. Oh, which one of us claimed it there, as Charles really wanted to squeeze me down to the apex without the final corner. Will it be me? No. Charles Leclerc has got the DRS, and surely he's about to fly past me. Unless neither of us got it. They're gaining on me.
0.7 seconds.
Kind of just looking at the arrows there as well, a little bit wide out of turn 1. Ferrari kind of tripping over each other. Oh, here comes Charles Leclerc again. Is he going to have a look to the outside? No, he's going to sit behind me once more. So Leclerc not interested in trying to make the move if he thinks I can just come straight back at him once again. But as we make our way down in towards the final sector, surely that Ferrari going to be all over me round the outside. You can see how much more braking performance he's got. We'll try and get into the apex still wheel to wheel. And again, we will hang on. But at the moment, all I'm thinking about is even if Verstappen can get past Russell, then hopefully we can keep more cars at bay. Because, yeah, these softs are gone. 3 laps to go with the GP. These softs are screaming at me. But we've got to try and hang on. Guess if this was real life Formula 1, we could kind of hope for our sake that Verstappen and Russell come together. Which, based on 2023, could become a reality. But yeah, Russell desperate to try and get his first win of the season, of course. Verstappen as well, yet to win this season, but would like to keep Red Bull's streak alive. But yeah, Charles Leclerc this time round just sitting back as I think Verstappen has cleared George. Oh, here comes Charles again, down the inside this time round at turn 3. And we try and upset him again. Yeah, well, we've already regained the place mark. We will keep him at bay again. Come on, one more lap to go. We're still keeping Charles Leclerc at bay. I've tried to save battery wherever I can. But Charles there having a look down the inside at turn 1. All we can really do is hope that we upset his rhythm, which we will once again there. Try and compromise the AI as best as we can, but honestly I'm wondering whether it's going to be worth being behind as we head out onto the back straight. Then another big rear locking moment. Charles Leclerc this time around to the outside through turn 3 there. We'll pinch him on the apex of 4, and again we will just about hang on to it. How are we doing this late on in the day?
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 7.
Why does Mark think I care about that right now? We are trying to defend for all my worth from Charles Leclerc on the final lap here of the Australian Grand Prix, though. I was going defensive. Charles Leclerc, I think, tried to follow me. Here comes Carlos Sainz as well into the battle. This is going to be a three-way scrap to the end of the GP. I feel, though, Ferrari might just have let those cars go side by side there. We mess up the exit of the corner, though. We're going to have to drain the battery. Through goes Charles Leclerc, and up into P3 of the GP. I've been given another hit from behind. I think Sainz might just have lost some wing in the process of that one, but in towards the final few corners, the podium is going to evaporate right at the end there. Charles Leclerc waiting until the very last second. Verstappen is going to take the win, but through the final corner, it is a bitter pill to swallow. It's still our best result of the year. It's P4.
We've witnessed some great battles on the streets of Melbourne today then, and they've taken a fantastic win. Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. It's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves. Let's have a look then at the drivers' standings. Max Verstappen's excellent result today sees him take over as leader of the Drivers' Championship. Let's focus on Driver of the Day, Natalie Pinkham. Come on, who do you pick?
Max Verstappen seemed to just effortlessly weave through the other drivers today without a care in the world. He was definitely my driver of choice.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Red Bull pull further ahead in the standings. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings. Been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. Can't wait to see what's next.
Well, there we go. Verstappen finally trades his first blow of the campaign there. Victory here in Albert Park. But that's 3 for 3 that Mercedes have taken home the fastest lap bonus point there. We seem to have some good pace in the car. It is just over a race distance. It falls away there. But Russell on the podium. We come through for a season best P4 there. Gutted that Charles Leclerc got me in the final sector. Sainz ahead of Norris and Piastri, with Sergio Perez a disappointing P8. Beats out Magnussen and Alonso to the final point-paying position. But that means championship-wise, Verstappen now instantly back to the top of the table with his first win on the board. We're still in P6 then, after a helpful dose of points there, a little way behind Carlos Sainz. But yeah, still ahead of Alonso and Lando Norris. Constructors-wise, Red Bull, yeah, clean out in front, and we're just 3 back behind Ferrari after a good weekend's racing there. But thank you all so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed, and we'll be back very, very soon when Formula One returns to Azerbaijan. Our first sprint weekend of the year. That is going to be interesting.